All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Food Explorer podcast. Today, it's going to be big. It's going to be great. It could be the biggest one we've ever done yet. But before I mention who my special guest is today, please like us on all your social media channels, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is you do, like it, share it for a chance to win an awesome tin of Trey Olive olive oil right from our boys in East Longmeadow, Trey Olive. Please like and share and have some fun. But before I announce who this guy is, I got to give a little lead up. It is my dear friend, the handsomest guy out of Dingle. He is a great restaurant operator, and I can't wait to tell you all about him. It is Nicky Foley coming in from Dingle all the way across the pond, baby. Welcome to the Food Explorer headquarters.
Thank you for having me, Bill. Thank you for having me.
So happy to have you. We've got a lot to talk about, but I think the first thing I have to say to you, bro, is congratulations. I'm with you last night in a pub. We refreshed on the 2026 Michelin Bib Gourmand Awards. And whose restaurant was there for the fourth time? Your restaurant.
Solas Tapas.
My man.
No, super excited.
Congratulations.
I thought you were congratulating me. I'm getting through a weekend with you.
Yeah, it is not easy, and we'll talk more about that. It is, it's no joke. If any of you guys want to sign up for a weekend with me, you let me know. We'll see if you can hang. I don't think you can.
No, it was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah.
And before we get into all the ins and outs of the weekend, tell everybody what the award you just won is all about. What is a Michelin Bib Award?
So the Bib Gourmand, so Michelin around the world have three categories. Everyone would know a Michelin star restaurant, which is the highest accolade you can win for the Michelin awards. Then you have a Bib Gourmand, which is down below that. And then you have the Guide, which is down below the Bib Gourmand. So they're the three categories. First place, star. Second place, Gourmand. Third place, the Guide.
Well, don't feel bad because
I don't. No.
I'm in fourth place. No mention anywhere.
No, it's a fabulous achievement. So basically, they award a gourmand on quality food with a quality price. You know, so it's it's not,
and that really is Solas, though, right?
It's
my experience. I've been lucky enough to make it over there, and you were like an unbelievable host, and the unnamed mayor of the Dingle area. I mean, walking into the distillery with you, I'm going into your place into 505. I mean, the goat cheese, Angie's goat cheese, and you're connected to everybody. You have like this beautiful net that you've cast there, which I think really brings in all these great ingredients for your restaurant. So tell us a little bit about Solas and the whole idea behind it.
So Solas is 9 years old now, going into its 9th year, April this year. It still is a tapas concept restaurant with small plates. It's gone more like pinchos now, which are on sticks, into kind of snacks, and then there's a selection of tapas dishes, and we just do one or two main courses, larger plates like a rib of beef or a slow cooked shoulder of suckling pig, where people can pull and share at a table.
Pork belly, it was so good.
Pork belly. We actually have that pork belly is actually on one of the tapas plates.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
We keep that on the tapas place rather than one of the larger plates. I think the larger plates, if you go to Spain, a larger plate that's where the tapas thing is also. It's a large plate in the middle of the table. Everybody pull, drag, share.
Do you know that kind of concept? I love that whole vibe, though, because especially when you go out with a group, and we were there, we had the whole crew at your place after we had already filmed there, and that was like our big end to the trip. That was a great dinner, and it forces you to break bread with everyone. And we had Caroline,
100%.
who we have to give a big shout out to.
Big shout, Caroline Boland, the Dingle Peninsula Tourism Line.
She crushed it.
Phenomenal lady.
Yeah, introduced me to my Irish spirit animal right here. I mean,
100%. Yeah, we wouldn't be here without her.
That's the truth. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
And what was nice is, so we're dining with her, and she's telling me, she's like, "Oh, I always come in, I just get the croquettes, and that
croquettes,
night,
pork belly, and spuds."
Yeah, and that night though, we have her slurping oysters and eating anchovy toasts, and it was like perfect.
Sardines on crackers and everything else. Yeah. No, so that's the kind of the concept of the restaurant. It's always worked. Maybe not so much at the beginning. People would have come into the restaurant looking for mashed potatoes, chips, not wanting to share food with each other. Because 8, 10, 12 years ago, the food scene is evolved so quickly in Ireland.
Right.
And even the ideas in people's minds of how to eat out and what to eat out. So when it first opened up, it was like, why is my dinner not on a large plate? Like,
right.
Why?
I went to Dingle 20-something years ago
Yeah.
for the first time. And I get back, and Nicky Foley's on the scene. I'm like, "What is this restaurant? What?"
Yeah.
And it really, the whole landscape of dining has changed there.
The whole dining the dining has changed, not just in Dingle, but the whole of Ireland. But like the success of the restaurant is so much down to not just the staff, myself and Anne and everybody else, but it's also the suppliers within Dingle. Like, so when you mentioned Angie's Goat Cheese, you have like, Owen or Tom B with the crabs and the crayfish and the lobsters, There's so many other people involved. You have Mo and Tom with Dingle Sea Salt. So Dingle Sea Salt's a phenomenal product.
It's all over my kitchen at home.
And there's a Brian out west of Dingle has a sea salt company as well. Well, I prefer Mo and Tom's. I'm probably not allowed to say that, but I do. And they have it in a polytunnel.
Yeah.
So they take the seawater up, purify it, put it into a polytunnel about a foot high, and they just let this water evaporate inside the tunnel.
That's awesome.
And then when they store it, that's how they get the crystals from the salt.
That's great.
So it's phenomenal. Then you look at like lamb.
It's a really nice product.
Yeah, and then you look at all the lamb that's there in Dingle.
Best lamb in the world.
You drove along the Connor Pass out west, you can see it all. The lambs are in the field, they're up in the mountains, so but the sheep. It's nearly a wild product.
And the scallops
Yeah.
at your restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the Blasket Island scallops
as
with
well.
with the Spanish blood sausage. That was like incredible.
And with the fennel and whatever. And again, that's another boat that goes out and gets the scallops. You'll get mackerel off some of the lads as well. Goujal, I love a mention here. Goujal does a bit of line fishing off the lighthouse in Dingle. Have you been out to the lighthouse?
Yeah.
So he fishes down there. He brings in some mackerel, some squid, and whatever else. Like, there's so many people, even the beef and everything else. So the success of the restaurant is very much married between that local produce within Dingle and Kerry itself.
Yeah.
And then what influences can be brought over from Spain, which are olive oils, your lemons,
Absolutely.
your limes, your tomatoes, obviously. Now, we do have tomatoes in Ireland, but, the Spanish ones are very, very good, like raft tomatoes and stuff like that. And your hams and your choritos and that. And you kind of bring them all together and mix them all up a little bit,
See, I love that you can get that stuff because a lot of your training happened in Spain, right?
A lot of it happened in Spain,
So being able to pull some of those ingredients back, I think, really gives your restaurant a much different feel than a lot of the people around you, right?
And that's been so long ago working out there. Sometimes that doesn't register with you when you're out working like that,
Right.
You're working, you're in the groove, the sun is shining, you're young,
Yeah.
you're having the crack, you're out and about and whatever else. And it's only years later when it clicks in your mind when you're trying to put stuff together, like, I remember that olive oil or that ham or that olives or...
It brings you back.
You think back when you're trying to create the dishes and put the menus together and whatever else, and then you go, okay, wow, this is good.
Well, speaking of having a crack, okay, it is your first time to the United States, first time across the pond, and so I get this phone call, totally unexpected. It's like, hey, Bill, in a couple of weeks, I'm coming over to the U.S., and I'm like, okay, what are the dates? I'm clearing the calendar.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did, right?
Landed last Thursday. Myself and Anne flew into Washington, spent the night in Washington, got the train up to New York Saturday morning.
Picked you up.
Friday morning. I left Ireland on the Thursday, but it was Friday when I arrived here.
Right.
Friday when I arrived in Washington.
You flew back in time.
Yeah, I flew back in time. The weekend felt like that as well, didn't it?
I'm still stuck. I think it's still Saturday in my mind.
I'm stuck on a tray of oysters.
Yeah. Oh my. Well, a lot of crustaceans, a lot of oysters did die for our weekend trip, but
that's okay.
How cool was it? So in just a couple of days, we covered New York City.
Yep.
And I'll dig into details in one sec.
Yep.
But then I went home for the Super Bowl. You chilled in New York City.
For the day on Sunday.
That's
that
right.
Was Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I drove back down. We grabbed you at the train station in New Haven. We went out to Boston.
Beautiful.
And so the contrasts for you, right? You got two major cities, but two wildly different cities, but both great food cities too.
Unbelievable. Like when I got off at Penn Station, and when I came out up to the doors of Penn Station, and I text you about the trains or had arrived and whatever else, and I said I'll get a taxi, and you went like you're at the hotel.
So you're one block away.
When I came out, like I thought, okay, I'm at the hotel, and I remember just coming out, looking up at the sky, like, and I seemed to just keep my head up.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
No,
mouth open.
It's funny
It's
because
high, like it's
Yeah.
like it is. I know people say it's a completely different city and whatever else. And I lived in London for years, but London is not that high, like, you know. You're
Yeah.
not constantly looking up, but it's just building after building, like.
it is. And what's cool about it is hidden in that giant concrete jungle, there is like, you know, this great group of people
Yeah.
that just pull together. There's makers, artists,
Yeah.
restaurants, and
Everybody,
and
yeah.
we didn't even scratch the surface, man.
No.
It's like, you
No.
know, we could, if you were here for a month, we wouldn't even cover 30% of
I
it.
would not think if you lived over here for a year would you cover
Yeah.
the amount of restaurants that are in the city. But like we
We did a
met
good
up
cross section.
and we started off and we went to Cat's Deli.
Oh yeah.
And you were asking me, did I know Cat's Deli? And I was thinking to myself, I don't know if I do it. And then when I stood inside in it, and I remember then thinking to myself, I do know Cat's Deli. And the guy was behind the counter. And I thought, wow, I've seen this. And this has been online before. Like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
What a sandwich.
It's you have to experience it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like you're talking
Yeah.
about the olive oil in Spain and it bringing you back
Yeah.
to a moment. I walk in there and it brings me back to the moment being a lot younger and growing up in New York,
Yeah.
and what a special treat to have
Yeah.
that, you know, within a reasonable
Yeah.
distance. And so I had to share that with you. And then we went on to McSorley's, probably the last operating pub in the United States that's still throwing sawdust on the floor.
Sawdust on the floor. And then when you said it's either a dark or a light, I thought like it's either Guinness or it's a lager or whatever else. Like, but it's an ale, isn't it?
Yeah,
two
yeah,
ales.
yeah, light and dark.
two little glasses.
Yeah, everybody gets two.
Two glasses.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like your wife can't even blame you for having two beers in front of you at
No,
once. It's
that's
like,
how they
you know,
serve it.
Yeah, that's how
the
they,
excuse.
honey. That's how it comes.
So if
That's-
you're having 3 drinks, it's technically 6 drinks, but they're small. They're
yeah.
small.
And then we hit the markets, right? We hit
the
Chelsea
markets.
Market,
Yeah.
Little Spain.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful,
then-
all of them beautiful. You like, you know, the raw bar in the Chelsea Market, oysters, clams, beautiful.
That was nice.
Yeah.
If we had more room and more time, I would have loved to do like the charcuterie tasting
Yeah.
downstairs. But
Yeah.
but there's going to be another trip. I know there's going to be.
There's going to be plenty more trips
Yeah.
now. Plenty more trips. Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, the whole experience of New York was kind of like what you would seen. And I know it sounds crazy, like what you see on the telly, because when you're growing up, like, you know, New York is in every movie, isn't it?
Right.
It's in all of them. It's even like when I landed in Washington and we're coming back from the train station, and I'd seen the yellow bus, like,
Right. Yeah.
and the trucks and everything else. Like,
Yeah, you're like, it's a school bus,
'cause
like in the movies.
You've never seen them, like.
Right.
I know people
Yeah.
think it's mad, like. What's
No,
my
no.
man's just come down off the mountain.
It feels
You know, he's been living in
the same
clouds.
for me though.
Yeah.
You know, when
Yeah.
I'm over with you, it's
Yeah.
like, oh wow, you know, I've only
Yeah.
seen this on TV. You know, it's cool.
totally different, like. But yeah, and the Spanish. I'm just jumping forward again now to the Spanish market was beautiful,
Oh, it's gorgeous,
lovely.
Yeah.
What a setup! Like all the different not the different vendors, but the different counters and
Jose
it's-
Andres has
yeah.
it dialed in, man. He's
Yeah.
he's doing
He's
things the
nailed
right
it on the
way.
head, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's cool. You know, I mean, going in and being able to go to a booth inside of a restaurant that's got wood-fired paella pans going. That's
Cooking
pretty
away.
cool stuff.
It's cool stuff, and then you're over to a raw area. You're at a counter.
Yeah.
You have snacks. You can sit down in the restaurant, and a beautiful meal and beautiful dishes we had there.
Yeah, but then per se, Thomas Keller, baby, Michelin 3. You know, it is tough, and we talked about this twice because, you know, I had mentioned about my experience at the French Laundry, then going to the beautiful Auberge du Soleil.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just tough when you eat at a Michelin 3 and go to a Michelin 1. It's a noticeable difference in the whole experience because of 3, everything is thought of.
Yeah, but if you go into a 1-star restaurant on its own, the experience is absolutely phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is phenomenal.
It's just hard. The contrast is
Between
a little
the two,
different.
it is. But per se was beautiful, well looked after.
Oh, yeah.
Extra couple of dishes, the tour of the kitchen.
Yeah,
the
they
tour of the
were
back
nice.
building in the back of house and everything else. Like, yeah. And-
Chef Thomas Keller, send my man a free cookbook. Sign it up. Sign it up. A Michelin bib winner here. Hook the guy up.
But what a spot, eh? What dishes
It's
like the oyster pearls.
Oysters and pearls for me.
Oysters and pearls.
You know, that's a dish, and you know, TK once in a while gets a bad rap from somebody about not changing things up, right?
Yeah,
And
well, so they say, yeah. But
for me, Don't change it.
I don't think it needs to be changed.
No, it's fabulous. It's an institution. That dish, for me.
Like those people who might say that it needs to change, they're not the ones holding 6 or 9 Michelin stars, are they?
That's right.
There you go. That's the
right.
answer, isn't it?
Absolutely. That
when you hold that amount of stars, then you can stand beside him and criticize him for what he does. But other than that,
I'd agree with that statement.
I don't think you can at all. No.
I mean, still one of the best in the business.
Somebody looking to plug something negative about something that's very positive.
So then the next morning we go to dim sum I'm entertaining the next day at my house at 3:30. I got people coming over. So I said, let's do a quick dim sum breakfast.
Dim sum, and quick it was. The food didn't hit the table until it was consumed. Like there was dumplings. Now I know you're not a fan of tripe.
Yeah.
And Tony definitely wasn't a fan of tripe. It's got to be said.
99% of the country's not a fan of tripe.
A fan of tripe, no. But I love a bit of tripe.
I noticed.
I love a bit of tripe, yeah. So I love a dim sum bar. I've been always going to dim sum bars when I lived in London, and when I was with my daughter, she'd take her there on a Sunday. And even when she was going there, she used to eat the outside skin of the dumplings only. She wouldn't touch off the fillings. Like, took a years to eat it. And even, like the steamed buns we had.
Yeah.
The sumai bun, or the sumai buns.
Yep.
She'd eat the outside of the pastry and then hand me the filling. Like, so
sure.
If their baskets were slow coming out, like, I'd have to be waiting like until she picked it off. Like,
yeah.
So then I think I used to just get the tripe and the ribs because I knew she wouldn't touch off.
I love it.
And a bit of chicken feed every now and then. But no, the dim sum's lovely. The duck came out beautiful.
It was great.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hadn't done a proper dim sum in years.
Okay.
So that was great for me.
No, I loved it. I love it. It's a great way to eat. And especially after a few beers the night before. No, we weren't hungover too much. We were okay.
No,
we were good.
I felt good.
Yeah, I felt good.
And we were all in bed at reasonable times.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not lie. I mean, we also had a beer with breakfast.
That's okay. That's okay. And then you were getting ready for Super Bowl.
We were getting ready for Super Bowl. I was
getting ready to go back to go sleep.
That's right. That's right. So we let you sleep. Super Bowl happened.
Yeah.
Hated the results. It is what it is. But then, like champs, we pick you up. We drive on to Boston, baby.
On to Boston, yeah.
Boston did not disappoint. We had a great day.
Completely different city.
Completely
more
different.
More of a kind of a... What would you call it? More of a villagey family feel to it, like
yeah. It's a cool walking city.
Cool walking city.
It's definitely
architecturally just unbelievable.
Yeah.
What you call them?
Well, the Irish built it.
Yeah, well, they built New York. Well, they built the old New York, didn't they? Really?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone builds those glass buildings now.
Yeah. No.
What you call them? The brickwork in the buildings in the name of the houses. Brown something?
Oh, brownstones. Yeah.
Like, what beautiful, no?
They're especially up through Beacon Hill. Gorgeous.
Yeah, the steps up to it. No, stunning. What a city, like. Yeah. And no wind. Not like New York, because New York was cold.
It felt...
It's got to be said, New York was absolutely...
It was bitter. It was bitter. Yeah, Boston was... You could walk around and your leg hairs weren't freezing to the inside of your jeans.
No, because when you left on the Sunday in New York and you said to me, you said, oh, that's the memorial site up there for the Twin Towers. And you said to me, you getting a taxi? I said, no, I'll walk.
I looked at you. I was like,
what? So I walked.
You probably thought you were walking off dim sum. You walked off the whole weekend at that point.
I nearly walked into it.
Yeah.
But no, it was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold. Like. So I thought it was just a couple of blocks up. And then as you went a couple of blocks up and over and around and down, then I was looking around going, I don't see the spiral now. Where's it gone? Next minute there's another building covering it up, and then you go behind it and back around again. But it was cold,
Yeah,
but
it's a beautiful memorial.
Yeah, but Boston wasn't cold. And it was t-shirt and a jacket on. Boston.
Oh yeah, we walked around this morning, and
beautiful walk this morning,
and it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I do have to thank while we're still talking Boston here, I gotta shout out to Vlad at View Boston because he set us up. We went up, so we got the overlook view over the whole city,
entire city.
Which View Boston. If you guys at home have not done it, what a cool experience!
You got to go do it. Because you pointed out the Red Sox Stadium.
Yeah, Red Sox. Yeah, Red Sox.
What did I say? Red Ducks.
Red Stocks. But that's okay because the beers were flowing this weekend, so everybody forgives you.
Red Sox.
Yeah, that's right.
You could see the stadium. You could see the whole entire city.
Yeah.
Like, what a spot, like.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. And so, and I also got a shout out to Chef Rico, CEC, over at the Union Oyster House. Gave us the whole history of the building. And
whole history of the building. Phenomenal history behind the building. The little curves and grooves and little steps up and down and up a stairs and down a stairs and around a corner. And every time you turned a corner, there was 40 seats. Turned another corner, there's 60 seats.
550 seats in that place.
550 seats, 2,500 or 2,800 covers a day, 1 million oysters in a year.
How cool is that? Huh? I know.
But fair play, no?
I would
fair play.
I would
Fair
have
play.
my own oyster farm going right now.
Yeah.
I'd be growing my own if I was going through that many
I'd
for
say
sure.
now they have enough hard work as it is already to deal with
kidding.
all that.
No kidding. Yeah, but
beautiful sitting at the little old counter.
What a
with
great
and I
place.
mean old, like it was.
Yeah.
It was old, like
Yeah.
you could see it's held together, like it's bolted
Absolutely.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the wrap up at Yvonne's. Yvonne's, man.
yeah.
It's
But we
great.
had a pint in between that. Didn't we have?
Oh yeah, Dirty Nelly's. We got to mention.
But
right?
we had lunch as well in Boston in
Italy.
Italy.
Yep,
Eat
up
Italy.
at Terra.
Yeah.
Yep.
we
And
worked there.
another great Italian market.
Beautiful skewers.
Yeah. Yeah, that
beautiful
was a great place.
squid, beautiful bread.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Mozzarella.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. And a couple of pints, 1 pint.
No. I think on the far end there was only 1 pint, but on
Okay.
our side of the table there was definitely a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, good.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like
And then Yvonne's was the grand finale.
Yvonne's
right?
was the grand finale.
Yeah.
It was like, whew, I have sweats. Sweats nearly at this stage.
The funny part is that when 4 guys are in Boston and we're wrapping up and you look
Not
at your
5 guys. 4
not
guys.
5 yeah and we look at our watches and it's 10:30 and we're all like, I don't know, guys, I think we should just call it a night and go to bed. It's like, you did a good job. You did a good job.
No, it was a great weekend.
Yeah,
A fabulous
it was really
weekend.
fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate, honestly, the friendship. It was for me, it felt like an instant connection with you, and the fact that you came over. I look forward to collaborating more in the future because
100%.
I'm hoping I see you up at the Big E this year. And
Well, that's going to be. We'll have to do another podcast before that happens, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and tie it all in together.
well,
but
I'm,
hopefully,
I'm hoping Tony can pack these up somehow, and we can fly back over and do a podcast in your neck of the woods.
well, listen, I'm all for popping over.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel the same way. You were talking at one point
I'm all
about
for popping over. Listen, anything between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm free.
perfect. But you were saying, oh, Ryanair has this great little thing. I just puddle jump over to London for a quick eat, and I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah,
let me know.
Yeah.
Like-
from Kerry Airport. So, like,
Yeah.
if there is people flying in from the States into Dublin, you can fly from Dublin down into Kerry Airport, rent your car in Kerry Airport, into Dingle.
Sure.
You're sorted, Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Nicky, it is always a pleasure.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it's a gift to have you here, and we'll go out on a highlight tonight. Going to see Chef
yep.
Tyler at Millwrights tonight,
Okay.
which he was just on the Food Network and
Perfect.
did great on his show. So I'm happy to go out and support him. And I gotta thank the audience. Without you guys watching, we wouldn't be here making any of this stuff. So thank you for tuning in. Please like and share this stuff. And
I've got to say a special thank you to you guys for the beautiful gift.
this beautiful knife from
George Moore.
How nice is that? Handmade for Chef Nicky.
It's stunning. Thank you.
No, it's
Unbelievable. So it's George Moore.
Now listen, everybody who films with us, don't expect a free knife, okay? Nicky was special. He took a lot of time with us.
Knives and Roses Official is his Instagram page.
Yeah.
So
Love it. Yeah, we'll pop that up on the screen to make sure we give him a shout. George Moore, knife maker extraordinaire. Nicky Foley, we couldn't be luckier to have you here in the HQ in the studio here. And fans of the show, thank you for a wonderful season checking us out. We had a great first season, and we're so lucky to have you on our side. So until next time, thanks for checking out the Food Explorer podcast. We'll see you soon.